Happy Halloween! Hey guys, it's CL, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I make brand new Critical Role recaps every Monday at noon, and would be happy to have you join the party. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and hit the Bertrand bell to be notified of future videos. Now, without further ado, let's discuss the 76th episode of Campaign 3 of Critical Role. So, two things real quick. I just wanted to say how young and amazing Taliesin looks in his blonde wig. He really is the all-knowing, forever-bound deity that wanders this earth. Like, how can you look 20 years younger than you actually are? Like, that's amazing. I want that superpower. Also, the brand new opening is so cool. I forgot how cute our murder robot is, and hopefully one day we can see the group animated as well. Also, I really love that they just the cast couldn't take Matt seriously. It's okay, Matt. I think you look great. As Travis would say, slay. Now on to the episode. FCG rolls a 5 on the dice as they teleport towards Whitestone, causing them to take 24 points of force damage. Luckily, they roll a 69, nice, and they land in the city of Residuum and the Terrible Tinkerer. Luckily though, Percy has sent out word that they're welcome instead of being seized on the spot, and the group head up to the castle. When they arrive within Lord Percy's workshop, along with Verna, the Lagamore, Dancer, and Imahara Joe, they immediately begin pressing about whether they're safe from watchful eyes and what the clone of Ludinus actually was, handing over the cracked forehead gem. But before they get too in-depth, they're joined by the lovely Allura Vysoren. I missed her so much. It's so nice to see these NPCs that we've loved for years, and it's so cool how she's touched all 3 campaigns now. The gem is the source of a simulacrum, which is a magical copy of the user, slightly diminished in power but plenty capable, and Allura warns that if there's one, there probably is many. That's not fun. The gem allows the copy to bring back information to its maker. The foursome of Tinkerers seem to have made good progress, but the lovely magic lady places the final touches on the not-sex harness. It's actually called a power still, this one a quintessence array. It's used to extract and refine power from magical arcane materials. She's happy to do it in order to stop Ludinus, but has one request before they use it. Please turn it over to the Council of Taldore or the Cobalt Soul in order to have it sealed and permanently destroyed. Such an item should not be let loose within the world. Speaking of not let loose in the world, they show the room the shard they took from the lava pit, and Allura is in awe when they speak about it and their dealings with the Great Tree of Atrophy. But it's time to use the vest. Chet volunteers to go first to make sure it works, trying to take the essence of the enchanted dishware that cleans itself, reluctantly given up by Percy. Absorbed and crumbled to dust, it gifts 5 temporary hit points. The vest can bestow temporary hit points, permanent HP, ability score increases, and other special bonuses depending on the item absorbed, and can also remove magical abilities from the magical creatures who touch it for certain lengths of time. Like I think 10 minutes or an hour, we weren't exactly sure on it, kills the creature. The group ponder if they could remove the power from Ludinus, and the council member says it might work since he's taken in so many creatures that he may not be considered a human anymore. They begin to wonder who should take the power of Comort, Ashton or Fern. Orem even suggesting maybe since they were mates, if Fern sucked it up and the two of them fucked, then maybe Ashton's power would awaken. This is a great idea. The question then pops up whether the spark of the other Titan is actually the crystal within Ashton's head. So Allura deep dives in. She said they're a shard of impossible, dunamancy, which I think we had all guessed. What's lodged in his head is a condensed focus for it, maybe like a half beacon. And the fact that they're standing there is a marvel. Ashton pulls their jacket from the bag of holding and recognizes the shape. They've been dreaming of them. Beacons, that is. Allura says they will be the greatest weapon of our time. Or its end. So the Arcanist suggests instead it should go to their second option, Fern. I mean, Ashton said they always wanted a sister, which isn't exactly what Fern had in mind, but the time is nigh. Well, not nigh, after a nap, and some munchies. Laudna has Pate invisibly watch Allura and Percy converse in private. The Tinkerer confides his worries about letting his city be a host in a sanctuary, which Allura tells him that he's being silly. No one cares about Whitestone, they're being invaded by aliens. Then she spots Pate and he breaks into dance, but gets quickly pushed out as they continue talking. Meanwhile, Dancer pulls aside FCG to make amends, and while getting some closure, FCG tries to gain some more info about Vexian. All she knows is that he always wore a mask, can travel places quickly, and always seems to have the good stuff. After their meal, the group join a war room discussion, including Keyleth, Allura, Percy, Ebenold Kai of the Grim Verity, and Keyleth's mother, Villia. Ludinus has apparently been seen everywhere, which makes sense because of the clones. The source of the scrambling may be the Malleus Key itself, and the Rylora are able to protect it with the ability to diminish divine magics. The party planned to make a stealth mission up the bridge, Allura able to protect them from prying eyes for up to 8 hours. Then, the room learns about Plane Rider Wren's state as a broken statue, and that Bo and Caleb were taken, which Allura says she actually knows them and has been in contact with their allies. I'm so excited for this reunion to find out what happened to them. Deciding to take a break for the night instead of sucking the heat rock into Fern, they discuss the possibility of Laudna taking a tour of her old town. But then Aurum notices the tiefling child of Percy and Vex, who's an amazing mix of them, Gwendolyn. The party make friends with her, Laudna pulling her skin back a bit to let her touch it, since she seems to be obsessed with anatomy, and then Gwendolyn gets freaked out and quickly needs to leave. Fern saying that maybe she sensed something, and the witches decide to follow her and try to coax her out of her room. She's not having that hot air. All she says is she's afraid of Laudna and doesn't know why. She doesn't understand why Laudna hates her so much, and that when she touched her, she felt that incredible hatred. Definitely an essence of Delilah. Imogen tries to comfort her girlfriend, but what can you really say? And the ghoul asks her two girlies to go out on an adventure tonight, when everyone beds down. The rest of the group except for FCG go to visit the temple of the Raven Queen, seeing the statue of her and the feathered man, Vax. There's no water at the altar to drown in, so they find a staircase going down, where they meet a hairless dwarf fellow who's tending the room with 5 sarcophaguses. Never mind. They end up using them to lie inside to maybe get a vision from the Raven Queen. Aurum and Chet sharing one because the old man is scared. And he should be, as the pearly white mask appears, the long hair. When she takes the mask off, it's a void. She swallows them, and then she's above them, like in a well, and she's chained. And the trio grab at them and begin to try and draw closer to her, and when they pull enough, it shatters, and she soars upwards as they fall, her body separating into hundreds of ravens as the light fades. They leave the vision feeling noticed and appreciated. Like, did they free her? Did they unleash some sort of power? Was that unleashing Vax? I don't know. On the other side of town, Letters goes to visit the Temple of the Changebringer and prays to their deity that if something bad happens, that it happens to them and not their friends. In response, the stone statue of her cries with blood and affixes her attention on them, saying, "Dark days are ahead for all, and those who walk the path of bravery can save those whom they care most about." After, the group meet up at a crepe cart, where Whitestone Andy is working. Imogen tries to make him apologize, to only learn that he's probably not Whitestone Andy. There were a lot of Andys. Anyway, I loved it. Finally, the episode ends with the witches sneaking out. What did you think? Chet wonders whether Predathos killed the beacon's source, especially since Ludinus used it to change time at the excavation site, and Laudna agrees, stating that they should suck one into the vest. It leads to a conversation from Allura of other worlds and dimensions they've barely scratched the surface of, and it makes me wonder if Matt is teasing some small clues that the campaign next might be off-world. Whether Bell's Hells succeed or not to determine whether we get a campaign in an alien world, or maybe, I hope, the Shattered Teeth instead if things work out. Who knows? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out my recaps of Campaign 3 on my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. But day, my friends.